Just let you know, Gemini is going to be transcribing this call and will give us links at the meeting to your Gmail. But let's not waste any time and let's get an update from each department.
So for fruit and veg, we've evaluated previous sales data for hot weather events. We've also applied an aggressive 110% increase in volume as we're proposing a 30% off in promotion. We already have secured an increased order quantity for locally sourced salad products like lettuce and cucumbers. And then my international colleague Adriana is going to join to give her update on internationally sourced fruit and veg products.
Fantastic, that is great, thank you so much. Just to let you know guys, Adrienne is only learning English, so she will be speaking on this call in German. To facilitate that, if I could ask you all just to change the captions of your meeting to German and translated captions English, and then Adrienne, you can work away there.
Hallo. Ja, wir haben die Situation mit unseren Lieferanten besprochen. Das Volumen ist kein Problem. Wir haben die benötigte Menge von 110% gesichert. Wir haben bereits zusätzliche Transportkapazitäten organisiert, um die Ware direkt zu den Verteilzentren zu liefern. Die Lieferungen zu den Lägern sind garantiert. Wir können uns auf unsere Partner verlassen.
Okay, amazing. That's fantastic. Lucy, meat and poultry, have you decided on what hero lines Kevin suggested?
Yeah, so on the beef side, we're going to go ahead with our best sellers. So our deluxe Irish Angus beef burgers and our classic Irish pork sausages. We've already confirmed this with our own producers, and they are going to give us a firm commitment. We are mirroring the fruit and veg proposed offer of 30% off as well, so we're looking at needing around under 50% increase in volume. It is a stretch for our supplier, but they're confident they can deliver the volume, and they'll run double shifts if they have to.
Okay, no, fantastic, that's great, thank you. For logistics and supply chain, this is going to be a huge challenge. I've spoken to Jessica and Tomas, and they have both said that they have the capacity. Well, Jessica has said she has the capacity to receive, allocate, pick, and distribute. They're going to increase the volume of bigger quantities and trucks to manage the increased volumes. Tomas has said that they have coordinated an emergency layout change, and they'll communicate that in the daily access points for completion on Saturday morning. Kevin, sales, you happy enough with this?
Yes, so we're going to be sending out a joint daily action point with supply chain this Thursday. So this will confirm the requirement for the roster reviews to take place in advance of Saturday and Sunday in order to accommodate obviously the upcoming layout changes and also to manage the increase in the volumes that we do expect. While our primary focus here will be on fresh barbecue products, we do also need to manage the increased demand for related items such as burger buns, hot dog buns, and ice cream buns, etc. We do have a really strong plan in place to handle this in sales, and we're confident that we can meet the challenge. Key to our success here really will be the effective communication between all teams.
Yeah, perfect. Great, thank you very much. Marketing, given the CCO's direction, what's the initial focus for the promotion to ensure that we can grab the customer's attention?
Yeah, so we're going to prioritise a clear and impactful message on all our key marketing channels. We'll highlight the key message of quality and market-leading value while incorporating our corporate design.
Fantastic, great, thank you very much. Look, like I've said, Gemini is transcribing this, and the meeting minutes will be sent out to your Gmails over the next couple of minutes. So, look, thank you all very much for jumping on. Thank you for your time. Let's get this done.
Thank you.
So what we've just experienced there is Gemini in the background has seamlessly been translating a multilingual meeting in real time. What we were able to do is we were able to follow along without missing any of the conversation. But also what Gemini has managed to do there was transcribe a minute the entire meeting. It then sent notes to us via its Gmail, and we were able to circulate them to the entire team. What's even more impressive there, see with the boxes highlighted in red, is that it documented the conversation, and Adriana speaking in German, but it knew that the default language we wanted was English. So transcribing then into English so everyone has a clear document within the one language. So what was the result of all our actions? So our result was, as Kevin asked us to be, we were aggressive, we were fast, and we maintained our strong brand message, all while focusing on leading superior value and quality. From the initial idea onwards, Google tools helped us collaborate and communicate effectively, using multitasking teams that ultimately drove incredible results. The next step is getting this information out to our SMMs and out to our store colleagues. So all the work that has been done so far, all the meetings, all the tools that we've used, basically all of it is null and void unless we're actually able to communicate it into our operational teams. So as you can see on the right, what has been created is a daily action point that looks no different than what we're currently using. This was created using Google Sheets, and what it was able to do is map out key strategic action points with clear deadlines that need to be instructed for our store teams to carry out. Google Workspace makes collaboration a seamless, smarter, and a more unified process. What it does is that it brings every person together around a common purpose, enabling teams to create faster and more intelligently. So to wrap up, the whole advantages of what we've seen so far is that we've seen Google Chat's real-time translation feature that instantaneously translates messages. This allows us to communicate seamlessly with international colleagues and also in their native language. It breaks down communication barriers and streamlines global collaboration. We've seen through Google Meet's live caption translation functionality that this allows us to participate in calls, look at other languages, and what you see and what's been said is responded in real time, ensuring that nobody's ever left out of the conversation. Following a meeting, we saw an automated transcription and a summary of the key action points that were sent directly to our Gmail. This ensures that everyone is on the same page and knows exactly what tasks need to be done and when they need to be done, ultimately boosting productivity and accountability. What it does is it cuts through the chaos of fragmented tools and ultimately empowers us to focus on what is truly important, which is our customer. It isn't just about using new apps, but it's about building a more proactive, agile, connected, and productive leading. By working together in this way, we can be more proactive, more responsive, and better equipped to deal with a fast-paced environment. As I said, I've been using the tools now for over a month, and I have to say that they are quite useful and very easy to use. And I look forward to you all adopting them on the 29th. As Shane said, I will be here with some other colleagues on the 29th and the 30th to use the tools. I was thinking what's the best way to describe the tools, and this morning I was driving to work and saw a couple of 252s in the car park there, and essentially it's like an upgrade. Okay, so you're going to get a serious upgrade that has lots better functionality. For the first day or two, the volume button, like in the new car, might be a little bit different, but after using it repeatedly, you'll get used to it, and it's extremely easy to use, and it'll be fine. So we'll be there to support you. Thank you.
Sounds a very hard act to follow, so apologies if it's so sensitive for me. Guys, I know not all of you will have used AI tools before. Maybe not in your personal life, probably not in your work life. Maybe some of you have, probably the majority of you have not yet. It is a real pleasure to be part of the team which might, for some of you, be introducing those tools to you for the first time. And as with everything, it's important to get off on the right foot. So a question we've been asking quite a lot already is what will we be able to use these AI tools for, and what should we avoid? So the question comes up maybe from supply chain or from sales is, can I put business critical or confidential type business information into Gemini or Notebook LM? The short answer is yes, as long as it doesn't include any personal identifiers, what we're calling APIs. So what does that mean? In short, no names, nothing to do with recruitment, no performance management, and no personal or personnel related information. Okay, so if in doubt, just keep it out. But the likes of write-offs, productivity figures, etc., yes, no problem at all. Secondly, and this is more of a guide, steer. Do be yourself. I'm sure you're all lovely people. Don't lose your personality. If everyone uses Gemini for every communication, we'll all sound the same, and that'll be fun, although the grammar and spelling might be a little bit better. So just be yourself. Don't turn into a bot. Just use the bots. As with anything, it's very important that we stay on brand. So that's not just related to AI. That's related to everything we do. So we have brand guidelines. We follow our brand guidelines. In the video that Kevin showed, when I was speaking, he said Gemini is taking notes. If you are using the note-taking transcription functionality within any of the tools, It is a rule that you must say to people, Gemini is taking notes. If someone new joins, say it again, and if anyone objects, you have to get rid of it. Okay? That is, people are entitled to make that request, and that's what they adhere to. Finally, most importantly, from my side, the AI tools, they can make mistakes. They're not absolutely perfect. They're really, really helpful. They're really, really quick. They can occasionally make mistakes. So whatever is generated, you are responsible for. You need to check the output before you share it with anyone else. Okay. That's it from me. So Parth is going to jump into Gemini, and then Neil is going to discuss a separate app which is called Number.
Thanks, Shane. Thanks, Kevin, for the in-support example. No pun intended on me. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to look at a new everyday AI application. I want you to imagine your typical workday. How much of it goes into summarizing that dense PDF, or just battling a blank page. We are all brilliant minds, but we are often bogged down by the work before work. Today, I'm a proud Google ambassador and a digital champion, and I'm gonna introduce you to not just an assistant that does your task for you, but also elevates your thinking. It's not just a chatbot. It's not just a new tool. It's a new way of working. Let's meet the new everyday AI application from Google, Gemini. Well, what is Gemini? Gemini can be a universal translator, not just for language, but for your ideas. It's a large language model, not just a chatbot. Think of it as an autocomplete on steroids. It learns patterns from huge amount of text and can predict the next best word, sentence, image, paragraph, or even a video. Let's see how Gemini works and what it can do. It can turn your static prompts into a high-definition video. Here I have given it a scene of a futuristic Dublin and a multi-story little store in that. It can turn your words into words. Well, folks, moving on. Moving on. It's also an incredible analyst. It can answer complex questions, like how do I do the pop-out questions animation in Google Slides, and also the slightly perplexing questions. What's the science behind why socks disappear in the drive? What can it do? Let's take it up a notch. It can create and logically morph images. Here I have given it two opposite scenarios. A traditional Irish music session in a pub, and a grand stretch in the evening overlooking the Atlantic. It can logically morph those images, right? We all have been through that writer's block. Gemini can act as a cure for that writer's block, whether it is creativity or writing anything in less time. It can help you generate well-structured emails, project management documents, or reports within seconds, and also act as your ghostwriter. True innovation lies in deep research. Gemini can shine as a partner for your deep research projects. Here I have given it a prompt of, let's say, act as a market research analyst for the Irish grocery sector, summarize the growth of air fryer ownership in the Irish households, and identify the key reasons for their popularity. Let's see how Gemini tackles this problem. I have given it a prompt and selected the deep research dialog box. It's now creating a preliminary action plan. I have to click on Start Research, I agree. Now it's researching Google websites, citations, research papers, reasoning with itself, and creating a report for us. So all that mental energy that you take to generate these reports is saved now. Work of even days and hours is condensed into 10 minutes. Moving on, Gemini can help you create structured guided learning plans, whether it is analytics, psychology, or anything else like coding or programming. And it can help you with learning those tasks as well. So all this power is useless if you don't know how to ask. And how do you ask to Gemini? Well, speaking to Gemini is called prompting. And prompting is done in a very specific way, which is called RTF. Give it a role, give it a task, give it a format, RTF. Let's see an example. Give it a role, act as a research analyst. Give it a task, you have to research the growth of air fryers. And give it a format of how it should give you the output. So give me the results in a tabular form. This constitutes your gold prompt. This is an RTF prompting example video where I have asked it to become a dietitian and give me fasting tips on and also sort them as a table as well. Moving on. So you can see the stark difference between an RTF generated output and a non-RTF output. Remember, RTF stands for role, task and format. On the left hand side, you can see the output is well structured, it's formatted and also sorted in this table. And on the right hand side, you can see that the non-RTF output is just like an blob of text. With everything else, Gemini also has limitations, which is Gemini's memory. Think of it as Adam Sandler from 50 First Dates. Every fresh conversation is a new start. How do you tackle it? Well, you have something called as custom gems. And no, I'm not talking about you all. This is the next session. Gems. What are gems? Well, to tackle Gemini's memory problem, Google has something called as Gemini Gems. Here's the scenario. I'm stuck. I need some creative ideas for this slide deck, and these are all just examples. You can use it for anything else as well. How do I format these sheets in these cells in sheets? I'm just trying to share this one window. Where is it again? In Google Meet. And also, I need to rewrite something in business German to get my point across. For all these specific scenarios, we can do is train our own personalized gems, which can act as experts. Originally, you would Google these tasks, and you would get endless articles and websites and things. Now you have a gem. What are gems? Well, gems can be used to be your brainstorming partner for your ideas. They can be your creative guide to create slide decks, just an example. Or they can be your Google workspace experts as well. Ultimately, they can be anything that you train them on. And training them on means giving them a correct prompt. So how do you create a gem? Let's see. Well, you have to go to the Explore Gem section in Gemini. So it's on the left hand side. And you have to click on the new gem. Okay. So when this window opens, you have two options here. First is to give your gem a name. So we are giving it Google Workspace Expert. And then you have to give it a prompt. Act as a Google Workspace Transition Expert. So remember why I was telling you that Gemini is an Adam Sandler where it forgets everything. Gems truly shine in this one. You can give it all the prompt you want and it will remember the specific prompt every time you do a conversation with a gem, unlike Gemini. And that's how you create custom experts. Now you have to pin that gem so that it always stays on top of all your conversations. Okay, moving on. How do you prompt a gem? Well, either you can write a question here, or else if you're on the go, you can use your voice as an input way as well, which is really cool. How do I format cells within a table? This is the answer. This is an example of how do I do the prompting in a gem. So I just gave it a prompt, asked it a question, and this is the result. So as you can see, it's just sticking to the context which I gave in the prompt, and it's not moving away. That's the advantage of using a gem rather than Gemini. Okay, so let's now create a gem, your Google Workspace gem. Now, another example of overcoming a creative genius is Slide's Creative Genius Gem. This is just an example. I give it a prompt. So Slide's Creative Genius. I give it instructions. What's something cool about this is that it will also ask me 3 questions before it decides to give me the output. So the output is customized as per that particular conversation and chat. This is the prompt. Perfect. So this is the example of the output that I get from the gem, from the Slides Creative Genius. It's also taking into account the Lidl logo colors, the Lidl logo, the position of the Lidl logo. All this can be entered through the brand website, or how do you want to create it. Move on. So after better working is better living. For anybody who knows me, and that's very little people here, they know that I'm very allergic to running and also eating healthy. So let's create a running coach. It will help me to go from 2K to 35K, but from 0 to 2K, I have to go myself. Running coach gem, here you go. And also let's create a healthy eating guru gem. You are a certified sports nutritionist, and it will suggest me and tie up with my running coach to give me nutritional plans for healthy eating. That's it. My gems are created. So these are the gems for better living. This is the output. That's sorted the output into a table so that it's easy to understand. So gems are your own personalized AI assistants. They can be used to work better with a few examples, and they can be used to live better as well. That's it. At the last, I would like to say that you have a quote on the wall: tell me and I forget, teach me and I will remember. I think this quote definitely applies to this AI workshop. If you teach and involve Gemini and gems, it will definitely remember and help you build a better working world and a better living as well. Thank you. Now we're gonna look at something really cool, which is Notebook LM, and Neil is going to do that.
Hey everyone, is everybody here down the back?
Yeah.
My name is Neve and I work in IT, and I'm also in the digital community. Before we start, I studied computer science in university, and AI was something that I studied, and it would seem like this futuristic thing that was able to play chess with people in a way with supercomputers. I didn't think it would be impacting all of us here, but that's the really cool thing about Google, is we've got this really good tool now at our fingertips, and yeah, it's pretty powerful. It's going to change your lives. So I'm going to talk about Notebook LM, which is a separate app to Gemini and Gems. Basically, it focuses on only the sources that you provide. So instead of using the internet, you upload PDFs, Google Docs, and it gives you the answers based only on the sources that you give it. So first of all, you create your notebook. So for this demo, my documents are all in relation to a new tech company that I created. So I've got some Google Docs that's saved on my drive. I have a document that's a PDF that's saved on my computer, so I just drag the document in. And I also received some meeting notes in an email. So I'm going to copy and paste those meeting notes and add them as a source as well. Once I upload all my sources, they appear on the left-hand side here, and now the notebook has become an expert on all those sources. So here in the middle section is a chat panel, and this is where you can start asking the questions. So I've asked here, what is the main target audience defined in marketing strategy? It will answer me, and you'll notice that it comes with citations. So if I click on a citation, it will take me directly to my source, so I can start verifying it or even read it further based on that. Another option is to use Discover. So I want to find out more about tech sustainability, so I've asked it to try and find articles and videos. It returns me a list. For this demo, I'm just going to select a YouTube video, and now this becomes a source. So now I can start asking questions, it watches that video for me, and it brings up points of interest that I can either watch myself later. On the right hand side is the studio panel, And this is where you can start creating new content based on your sources. So I'm going to create a mind map. And the mind map is really good because it takes all my complex topics across all my sources. It brings it back neatly like this. I can open up different nodes. I can delve into different areas really easy. Now I'm going to create some new documents. So I'm going to create a briefing document. This would be really useful for maybe a team member on my project. We could bring them up to speed. So instead of me sharing 6 different sources, I can just send them one document. It's brought all the information together and it's easy to digest. Some of the cooler features with Notebook LM is audio overview. This will create a 2 AI post conversation based on my sources. So imagine you read the WBL and during the week you think, oh, I need to go back and reference that. Why not create a WBL audio overview and you can start asking it questions. So it's like having another person who's talking to you. So it's really cool. This is an example of what I created earlier and you can see how I join in on the conversation.
We've all been there, right? You're looking at some cool new gadget, maybe earbuds, maybe something for the house, and one part of you like, ooh, shiny new tech. Then another voice pops up going, but what's the environmental cost? Where's this stuff really come from and where does it end up?
Oh, our listeners got something to share. Let's hear it.
How important are millennials to this campaign?
That is such a great question. And honestly, our special listener, they are absolutely central to this campaign.
Critical, I'd say. The documents really emphasize them.
Yeah, the target audience is primarily environmentally conscious millennials and older Gen Z, specifically that 25 to 40 age range, talking about people who grew up with tech, so they expect innovation.
But they've also grown up witnessing environmental challenges. So that dual expectation is really high for them.
So yeah, really cool. It's a great way to digest a lot of information on the go. Notebook LM is constantly evolving. Google are always bringing out something new features, and video overview is a new feature. Similar to audio overview, you can tailor the content how you want it to be returned. So this again takes only the sources that I've given it, and it creates a video. So this is created a 6-minute video, and this is just a short snippet.
And this is their battle cry. It's their whole pitch in a nutshell. And honestly, it's brilliant. Elevate your tech grabs the person who wants the best performance. Protect our planet gets the person who cares about their values. Boom! In just 6 words, they've promised you don't have to compromise anymore.
And if you dig into their actual internal documents, this is their mission. The key phrase here is seamless integration. This isn't about slapping a green sticker on a regular product. The whole idea is that the tech innovation and the sustainability are woven together, that one actually makes the other better.
So, in a world that's overflowing with information, Notebook LM is an expert and a trusted partner on your documents. So it's going to empower you to start critically thinking, getting to insights faster, and creating new content on the go. Thank you.